Come on, you ready?
5, 4. Wait a minute. Start the count.
What, man?
Make sure everybody get their cell phones.
I got mine silent.
Yeah, I got mine silent.
Yo. First and foremost, man, I know this is really considered an impromptu because we ain't put no flyers out, we ain't put no warnings out, but we back. The Pros and Cons podcast is back. What for the third season? We about to really try to turn this up, man. And professional.
Damn, this the third season?
Yeah, homie.
Third time,
yeah, the third. We've been in here. We've been making our bones. Now we about to capitalize off of it.
We all looking to get paid for this too.
You know?
We just had a conversation off camera.
Yeah.
Let's put it on camera now.
Time is valuable.
Facts. And they right. You know what I'm saying? They right. So
we look for sponsors, all that.
We trying to make sure every year we improve and take it to another level. So we're gonna be putting these on YouTube too. So y'all go to YouTube. We're gonna put the old ones on YouTube. Going forward, we putting these on YouTube. So make sure when y'all see it, man, we're gonna put the link or whatever we gotta do so y'all can subscribe to it, build it up for us so we can start doing this. When we go Facebook Live, we can go YouTube Live too. So I ain't sitting on my thing.
We ain't live just yet. I think you got it on his. We're all good.
I ain't got it on mine. You can get it on mine. Okay.
Yeah, we ready.
Here's what it is.
Got the technician in the background.
So first of all, Happy New Year to everybody, man. Welcome to 2023.
Oh, that's the first one back, huh?
Just the first one back.
Year.
You know, it's fitting because I ended with Keelan because everybody was busy. You know, brother was too busy to come hang out with us for the last one of the season. So I ended with Keelan, and I said, you know what, Key couldn't make it today, so.
I feel like that's a jab.
It is.
Was a slight one.
It is.
Slight.
A little bit.
I felt
a little
it in
bit.
the body.
But you know.
Yeah, that was one of the ones, you got your defense, so you just turn to the side.
You know, it is. But hey, we here. I appreciate y'all coming. I know it was last minute. I appreciate y'all showing up. And initially, we was gonna just come and we was just gonna vibe a little bit, tell everybody how our New Year was, how the end of our year was, and what we gonna be doing going into the 2023 year. And we're gonna do that. But then today I had the honor and the pleasure of being introduced to this young brother that's right next to us, and we're gonna let him introduce himself in a minute. And as I'm talking with this young brother, I'm just like amazed at him, right? And you know, his mom the one who told me about him, right? So you know, you kind of take that with a grain of salt with his mom, because you can't, you know, unless you just a scum bucket, mom's gonna find all the good to say about
talk you up,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, we're gonna see what, man, listen. After 20 minutes, I'm like,
He was sold.
I was sold.
There you go.
I was sold. Then I talked to you, and you know, you and Keelan like octopuses.
Yeah.
I tell you all the time, y'all got y'all antennas everywhere. You're like, oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, he good. I say, oh yeah, there it is. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go from there. And I feel like, you know, one of the things I want to do this year is be intentional with having younger people on here, right? So that we can. I always said one of the reasons I wanted this platform is so that we can tap into them. Instead of trying to chase them down one-on-one, they all on social media, we can tap into them and, man, try to give them something hopefully to change their life. Like, that's why I do this, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that's why we all do this, try to use this platform, man, to tap into them, man, give them something to think about. Hopefully that stop them from doing something stupid that day and change their life around, but at least that's one of my goals. But with that being said, as y'all know, you know, to my right is my guy, Darnell Double Walker, you know, to my man, it's been my A1 since I was.
Don't get to start saying
13 or 14 or something. Bro, how old was I, bro?
15, 16.
I wasn't that old, bro. I wasn't that old,
He
bro.
always lying, making
He makes it seem like I'm that much older.
That's what his problem is. That's what his problem is. You like 4 or 5 years older than me, homie. That's what his problem is right there. It ain't when I see the younger I started, the older he is. That's what it is, bro.
But
that's what it
I
is.
reversed it on him, and I started treating him like the little brother.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with you treating me like little brother,
little big brother. Then he'll be like, "Come on, man."
I ain't got no problem with that. But
Come on,
it is what it is. You the big homie.
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Whoa. Yeah. Definitely that. 3 times over.
Yeah, no doubt. Then y'all already know we got B. We got Bryant with me from day one since I came home,
Right on.
supporting and encouraging and throwing me alley oops. You know what I'm saying?
Since the 300-man march or the 100-man march.
Since the 300-man march, man.
That was the first time I
That
met
was the
you.
first time, man. And we've been rocking ever since, man. And I
right on.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
You know
right
what I'm
on.
saying? And so we're gonna we're gonna let the young brother introduce himself, but then we're gonna get to what we got going on, man, how our year ended. And I'm gonna start with you on that though.
For sure. All right. Well, for everybody that's just now tuning in or don't really know who I am, my name is Marquees Jones. And if y'all ever been to Urban or know anything about Urban, my mom is Miss Tony, and that's the lady they was talking about. Yeah. So I'm from the east side of Youngstown.
Go ahead, on my phone.
I'm from the east side of Youngstown.
East side of Youngstown?
Sharon Line area. You know what I'm saying?
Born and raised?
Born and raised. I moved 3 times all on the east side, so that should let y'all know how much I care about Youngstown and the east side. For sure.
Okay.
But yeah, Miss Tony, and she had me when she was 17 years old, working at Burger King. My dad got sentenced to a bid, 13 years, and it was just really me and her for at least 5 years until my little brother came around. And it was just rough, it's a rough single mother at 17. There ain't really no much guidance, and you already know how it is in the streets. You fending for yourself. And just growing up in the streets, I always wanted the stuff that she really couldn't provide me at the time because she was trying to make a better life for herself and for her kids.
Right.
So at 19, you probably could guess how it is. Tensions is high around the city. And I'm just got a gun with me. I'm riding around with a gun. I ain't necessarily planning on robbing nobody with it or nothing. It was never that bad, but just protecting myself, And I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't probably know how to fight till I got older. So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all because that's what I came on here. I probably ain't really know how to really fight till I got older. So I always kept a gun with me because I ain't really had no dad to really like. You know what I'm saying?
But I respect that though. I not only respect it, I appreciate that, man. Because for real, a lot of the homies is carrying hammers because they don't know how to fight.
But they're not gonna say they don't know.
They never will.
And that's why I came on here. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. So I'm riding around with my gun everywhere I go. I'm sleeping with it. I'm showering with it.
You showering with
eating
it?
with it.
You intimate with that baby, huh?
It's mine.
American Express.
Right.
But as we know, now you can carry it, but at the time, about 2017, I wasn't 21, I was 19, so I couldn't lawfully carry it. So I ended up getting pulled over, coming from Brookfield, that's like Trumbull County, and I just had to do a little bit of time. I did 3 months in the county before they gave me an OR bond. For anybody who don't know who that is, that's when they let you out on your own reconnaissance, so you don't have to bond out. And I took 5 years probation, which I wouldn't recommend nobody to take because it's a trap, but I ended up doing it just to get home, and I ain't really know no better. So I had the opportunity to basically change my life in that moment. It was either stay in the streets or go far away as you can from here. So I went to Google. I pulled up a map. I looked where I was at. I said, okay, Ohio, the next continent up is Canada, or country up is Canada. So I said, how can I get far as possible from here? So I looked down, I said, Texas right by Mexico. So I think I'm going to go there. So I typed in HBCUs, historically black colleges or universities with the highest acceptance rate. Man, I filled out my application and got accepted in 2 days. My mom, my grandma, they helped me out with the plane ticket, and I went straight down there with no friends or family.
You weren't scared?
No, I wasn't scared.
Talk to us about that experience, though, because I heard great things about what you were able to accomplish.
I'm about to tell y'all why, though, I did so great. So it's like, we young, so I'm speaking to the young users. You know how we always talk about faking and no faking. Somebody on Instagram faking like they getting money, or they on Instagram faking like they street, but they not really like that. I went to Texas and I was faking like I was a geek. I went to Texas, I was faking like I was a nerd because nobody knew, everything that I had following me behind, like what I was running from. Basically, I was running from the streets down here pretending like this just what I really be doing for real. And it's like everybody know that when you lie, you got to continue to lie. So I was faking being a geek, but I couldn't stop faking because I was lying. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of opportunities came with that. So, yeah, how can I explain this?
Talk a little bit about your. Let me say this: how much you said it was faking, pretending, whatever the case.
It became real.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to get at.
It became real. Became something.
So was it the fact that you were exposed to something different and put yourself in a new environment to where you had to almost reinvent who you thought Marquees was?
Exactly. Yeah, I could say exactly that, but it was also like a combination of like wanting to be tired of the streets. Like ain't nobody gonna admit that like we know we doomed here, or ain't nobody gonna admit that they want to get out the car like Trey off Boys in the Hood. Like let me out. I ain't really trying to. Ain't nobody gonna step up and be
Hey,
like.
listen, I always said, I'm glad you said that. Every time I teach a class, right, I always use Boys in the Hood. Sometimes I play the film, sometimes I just talk about it. But even if I play the film, I always ask the little homies, who is the strongest dude in that film? Right? Who is the strongest dude? They never get it though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? To be able to stand on who you really is, be like, dope, let me out the car, man. This ain't what I'm built for. This ain't what I'm supposed to be doing. Amongst your peers, that's take a lot of strength,
that's
man.
tough.
And it's like you said, it's a lot of little homies that want to be like that. That want to be like that, but they scared to be like that.
Peer pressure.
I'm glad you said
Nah,
that.
for real, because like we gonna act hard, and even if you is hard, like we don't realize how trapped we is. Like they want us to pretend and be street. They don't want us to get educated and know everything that they know. You know, they want to keep us dumb. They want to keep us beefing with each other, and you know, they just want to keep us at a standstill. But when I went to Texas, like you said, I was exposed to so much more. Like they say, everything is bigger in Texas. Is more resources. Like every restaurant we got down there, they got that plus 3 more. So I wasn't in a rush to go back home. I was trying to figure out how could I stay here. You know what I'm saying? It's working for me.
Right.
So not only was I was running from my problems, but I was meeting new friends and new opportunities. And when I went down there, I became just something completely different. I became an animal because I came down there with the street smarts. And then I also came down there with the willingness to learn new information. And I broke every academic record that you could possibly break at Texas College within 2 years.
Say that one more time.
I broke every academic record that you could possibly break at Texas College within 2 years.
Hey, listen,
College you went to?
Texas College. The HBCU.
Texas
Yeah,
College.
Texas College, Tyler, Texas.
listen, when I'm talking to him, right,
Yeah.
and he tell me that, right, I forgot what I said, but he about
He
to
said,
go,
you don't got to show off.
yeah,
You don't got to.
he about to go. He about to go.
I was
and get
about to on
He
it.
about to. I said, man, you ain't got to do that, right? But you know what? He said, man, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, without a
I
doubt.
said, and you should be proud of
That's a
that.
major accomplishment.
You know, that's a hell of an accomplishment. You go from the streets to straight A's in college.
Right.
Yeah, so let me tell y'all something about like somebody that's like from Youngstown that made it out. Like, all right, let's talk about Lynn Bowden. He's like a great football player. I played against him when I was in Little League. I played for the Titans. He played for the Knights. And one thing that I like about Lynn is that he worked so hard until his draft day. You know, well, he kept working after that, but when draft day came, that was his moment to be like, all right, now I'm about to make it to the league. People don't realize that it's a lot of drafts out here. Like, you could get drafted into nursing school, you could get drafted into drummer school, you could get drafted into welding school. You just want to make it to the league. And once I realized, like, all right, I'm looking at the top athlete at my school. Yeah. You gonna have to turn me off.
I don't know how to do that. I always said I wanted one of them, man.
flip one?
Yeah, the flip one. I don't know why I wanted when I came home. I said I wanted a flip phone.
It's just more simple than an iPhone. Like, I'm an old, so I just need to talk and text. So I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? I need to get to
Text without looking too when you got.
yeah, real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can text and just
You
have
see,
it
I
on the
missed that
table.
whole
Nobody
era,
even
man.
know.
But the point I'm trying to make is that, like, they put me on a full scholarship when I got to Texas College after 2-3 years of just straight A's, no B's.
A full academic
A full academics, and that's what I want to. That's the point I'm trying to make, is that I used to see people playing football or basketball, and they had to go to school and perform well in sports to keep their scholarship. And I just had to go to school.
Right.
And then I really got to looking into it, like there's no difference between my scholarship and his. His scholarship is fully paying for his dorm, his food, education, and my scholarship is doing the same thing, except I have to do less. I just got to go to school, which everybody got to do. So then I realized, like, we all making it to the league. Ain't no difference. If his scholarship is full and my scholarship is full, we in the same boat. We headed to the league, and then I realized that it was different leagues. It ain't just the NFL. It ain't just rapping. It ain't just nothing that they tell us. Like, it's a lot of different leagues that you can make it and get on to.
That's right.
And once I realized that, this became my sport. You know, this became my field, and I ended up conquering it. Like, I got obsessed with it. They used to lock me in the library. I switched my job from being a teacher's assistant to working in the library so I could get paid and do my homework at the same time. Like, and it became
Hustling.
just becoming obsessed with knowing that I'm in a league of my own.
Right on.
That's good stuff. What you want to say, Double?
What can I say, man?
I thought you had a question.
Man, no.
I thought you had a
Listen,
question, man.
listen.
He took
my
off.
shit, man.
I didn't expect him to take off like that, right? But I ain't surprised. After all the meeting,
But
so
still, though, man, everything you say, I'm just. How old is you?
I'm 25. Just turned 25 December 6th, so I'm young.
I'm amazed about how you just up and went to Texas.
Right.
Like,
No, but
on his own, not knowing
I'm
nobody.
gonna say it like this. To reverse it on a negative aspect of it, like I just up and left from Detroit and came down here and was selling drugs. But what you did, you up and left Youngstown and went to Texas. You ain't know nobody down there.
nobody. But Miss Tony, man, my mom taught me this as a young kid. She say, this is how eagles learn how to fly. They parents give them, and this is how eagles learn how to fly. You know, we are urban, we hawks. So this how predator birds are strong birds. Are the strongest of the strongest birds learn how to fly. They get a offspring just enough to get strong and teach them how to fish. They don't give you a fish, they teach you how to fish so you could be able to eat forever. Once they trust that you take everything that they gave you and that you good with it, they take you to the highest branch on that tree and they push you off.
I never knew that.
And if you learn how to, if you spread your wings and you fly, you can go anywhere in the world. You's an eagle, you's a hawk. You could go anywhere you want to go. But if you hesitate, then you right at the bottom with the chickens. A chicken is a flightless bird. You don't go to KFC and get an eagle, do you?
Shout out to Miss Tony.
Right. Shout out to Miss Tony.
Shout out Miss Tony.
Hey, that's wrong, man.
Giving him
What
down.
did you going to? So you graduated?
Yeah, I graduated in December.
So would you graduate? What was your major? You graduated?
Business administration. I'm passionate about human resources. I want to solve problems before and after they occur for organizations.
There you go.
I need to talk to you.
This little brother said, I want y'all to understand
for
this.
millions,
though.
right?
I want y'all, and I'm asking, I pray, man, I beg y'all, man, when y'all look at this, man, share it with y'all youngins, man. Share it with y'all kids, man, because for real, he is the epitome of what we keep trying to tell our young people that they can do, man. You don't gotta be stuck in the hood. You don't gotta be stuck, you know what I'm saying? Even just doing a 9 to 5 that you don't like or nothing. Like if we just stop being scared, he stopped being scared. I always said, you'll take a woman, take a black woman, right? She might be pregnant and got one baby already hanging on her hip. She had to pick up and go somewhere she don't know nobody just to give herself a chance to start over. We as men, we'll stay in the same cesspool that we know people gonna stab us in the back end, cut our throats in, do all type of stuff to us in, other than help us. But we'll stay there because we too scared. Because we too stubborn too, but more we don't like it accepted. More because we too scared of the unknown and not being considered nobody. I'm somebody in Youngstown, so I don't want to get that up to go somewhere where I ain't nobody.
Right.
But I know I'm somebody that everybody gonna try to stab in the back or cut their throat. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he did that at a young age, man, you can't do nothing but salute that.
Facts. And a lot of things we do as black men, especially in Youngstown area, is we live for people who don't really care about us. Like, instead of trying to make our parents proud or our grandma proud or whoever who believe in you proud, we try to make these girls proud, or we try to make these dudes feel like we living like that, but we ain't really doing nothing for the people who put clothes on our back or took care of us when they ain't had nowhere to go. I used to get kicked out and couldn't go to my friend's house. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to my uncle's and I had to go to grandma. So it took a lot of people along my journey of bumping my head that I'm really doing this for. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Cause you had,
I like the one. Oh, go ahead.
I'm about to say, cause you didn't have it ain't been easy.
Nah, he seen it.
It has not been an easy road.
Told you just before you came in, he was talking about how you saved his life when he was little.
Yeah, he always
you know
tell that
story. You know, but I want you to share when you was talking about how you really had best of both worlds, but how that affected you and your drive, though.
Right. Okay. So, like I was talking about before, man, my mom had me when she was 17. She was a manager at Burger King. So being a single black mom, it's hard to raise a kid by yourself because my dad did a 13-year bid. When he came home, I really didn't have a strong relationship with him because I really didn't know him, and I felt like he made a selfish decision to go to jail for 13 years and leave his kids behind. But really, he wasn't like that. You know, he just had to deal with his situation. I watched him change his life from being an ex-convict to working for the city now. He drives garbage trucks. So if my dad could do 13 years and now he could work for the city, and my mom can have me at 17 years old and now she's a principal for a high school, I really don't have no examples in my life of people who gave up on themselves. So it was easy for me to keep going. So every woman in my family has a college degree, from my auntie to my cousin to my mom to my grandmother. Right. But every man in my family is in the streets. So I just have more resources than everybody, no matter if it was a positive resource or a negative resource. I always had access to anything, and I kind of went through, like, not a midlife crisis because I ain't even in the middle of my life, but just like an identity crisis. Right. I had an angel on my shoulder and I had a devil on my shoulder, and I really didn't know who to listen to because I had the resources to do whatever I wanted to in both lanes. I had to look at everybody around me to make the decision, like, all right, well, my dad was in the streets, he got 13 years, maybe I don't want to be in the streets. Or my uncle was in the streets, he just got hit with a 10. Or I got stepbrothers who's doing times in the Fed. These is all street decisions, and they ain't make it big.
But you tried, though.
I tried.
Tell us, because you said something interesting. Tell us why you tried, because people need to know why a lot of people choose, who have resources and have support, why they choose to go the street route.
Yeah, because I tried to get in the streets because I was dealing with poverty right now. You know, I wanted instant gratification. So I was in school, but at school, I used to feel like it took too long until now I'm about to graduate. So I tell everybody to stay with it because it's coming. If you don't start, you ain't going to finish. But I wanted the cars right now. I wanted the clothes right now. I wanted the attention right now. I wanted everything right now. So I made a lot of irresponsible and irrational decisions to get it right now. I took a lot of risks I didn't have to take to get it right now, and that landed me getting in trouble. But if I would have just continued to stay on the route that I'm on now, I would have been done already. Right. So they got me on here because I'm a comeback story, and I should never be a comeback story. I should just be a success story. But there's nothing wrong with that, and because I know that, I'm going to continue to go hard on the right path. You don't never want to go 2 steps back because of right now, because you're only going to be right now for right now. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, for a question I guess I can pose to all three of you, because everybody did a little bit of time. Wow. Right? It's not, how much did you gain from that? And do you think that made you, help you become who you are now? Like, could you have made it here without it?
Go ahead, you start.
I don't think so, honestly. But I don't recommend nobody get in trouble to see.
Wants to get in trouble, definitely.
You know, to see what it do for you.
Right.
But like, going to prison was an experience that, like, it's a different world. It ain't like the world we live in today. And me going to college and me going to prison, I learned a lot about people that I would never learn anywhere else. I'm dealing with people from all over the country when I'm in college, when I'm in prison. I'm dealing with people that's poor and rich when I'm in college, when I'm in prison, that's smart and dumb when I'm in college and prison. So it taught me not to judge nobody, and because I stopped judging people, I didn't really like judge myself or give up on myself. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
I like that.
Good question. Good
That's
answer.
raw.
Good answer.
That's raw.
Y'all got a better answer than that? Y'all got a
I
better
ain't
answer
got a
than
better
that?
answer than that. That's raw right there. The fact
after
that
that,
I never thought about that like that. Like the fact that you didn't judge other people helped you not judge yourself.
You
One of
can't
my
judge
problems
nobody in
is
that situation.
one of my personal problems, one of my personal struggles is, man, I'm constantly judging myself.
Right.
I'm constantly feeling, if I'm being honest and transparent, I'm constantly feeling like I ain't did enough. Like, in a lot of cases, like I ain't good enough. Like, for real, intellectually I know I am. Emotionally, sometimes that don't match up, right?
Right.
You know, because people deal with stuff. Like, going to prison, opened up a whole lot of stuff to me. Coming home, dealing with trying to reacclimate to society, to open up a whole lot of things that I didn't even know I had, right? Feeling adequate. Feeling like you smart enough. You know, all of those things, people look at me, they actually think, a lot of people who don't know me think I'm arrogant, but I'm not.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I don't talk because I'm cautious. Right? If you
makes
see
sense.
me talking, in my head, I think I'm controlling the situation. That's why I can talk the way I do, right? But just, you got to know me for me to talk like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I have just, in the space that I'm in, I have a lot of insecurities. If I'm honest, doing this work, right? Am I good enough? Am I doing enough? Am I making an impact enough? So I get that. So I'm hard on myself. So being able to do that, if I'm able to do that, man, that'll take a whole lot of stress up off me.
Yeah.
I don't sleep at night a lot of times, man, because I be stressing like
Thinking about
damn,
yourself.
Think about yourself.
I gotta do something better than I did yesterday,
Right.
or I ain't gonna be accepted, or I ain't gonna be. I mean, I appreciate that.
Well, what they do to you in prison is they unify you with everybody. So we all wearing the same clothes. We all wearing the same shoes. We all wearing the same phones. So before I went to prison, I probably felt like I was better than. I probably felt like I was never going to prison. I thought I was better than prisoners because I ain't never been. Until you go to prison and you in the same cell with somebody that's did something worse than you. But do it matter? Because y'all in the same position.
It really don't.
It don't.
We try to act like it. Well, he ain't here for that. I ain't that bad.
But you in
at the
here.
end of the day, we both in here.
So
experiencing the same thing.
So I can't look at you like I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Because I'm in here with you going through the same stuff that you got to go through, and that gave me a different perspective on just people in general. Like, I don't care if you rich or homeless, like, we ain't above the law, so we might as well come together. You know what I mean?
Right. What about you, Double?
What?
Man,
Man, listen, man. Listen.
little brother, amazing, ain't he, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
Melissa Phillips
I'ma
said
say
congrats. That's Lynn's mom.
I appreciate you.
I'm gonna say this.
Miss Phillips.
What it took him 4 years to basically understand and learn, it took me 25.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because I was put in a situation that I wasn't even thinking about, like some of the stuff that he's thinking about now. I wasn't even thinking about it until I got out on my way home.
Right.
Man, I told
But for at a young age like that, 19, 20, and you decided to up and leave and go to school like that, but hold on, the most important part is you went 2 years on your own in school until you got a scholarship, right?
Yeah, my mom helped me out, too. She was paying for
See what I'm
my
saying?
tuition.
You went
for sure.
2 years, and then you got an academic scholarship.
Because that's what it takes.
Academic scholarship is big, especially for black people.
No
Tell them what
question.
your grade point average was.
4.0.
Man, say that again.
4.0.
All A's.
Can you get better than that?
Nah. There isn't. That's.
Can you get
there's
better
no,
than that?
No higher ceiling.
But this is a note that I want to make. I ain't get a 4.0 because I was some type of guru or genius or protege or apprentice or none of that. Like, I just did all the work that was put in front of me. Like, and that was it. Like, it ain't about smartness. It's about who's willing to do the work.
Right.
And that's all it was. Like, I didn't pass every test. I don't want you to feel like that's what that means. I just always had something to show for when it was called upon. Like, you got the homework from yesterday? Yes, ma'am, I got the homework for yesterday. Or you did the extra credit assignment? Yes, ma'am, I did the extra credit assignment. And over time, that made me stand out. Like, I didn't have to dress different to stand out. everybody else wasn't putting in the work. I was, and that's how I stood
You
out.
end up rubbing shoulders with like the president of the university, right?
Most definitely. I was the person they called like Saturday to when important people come to the campus to just hype up the school, tell them like my story, like how I'm doing y'all, what Texas College did for me. And I just was put into a lot of rooms and doors. I brought recycling bins to campus. I just did a lot of proactive things. Once I got put into that world, I never wanted to look back. You know? And that's what it was.
No
like,
rear view.
No rear view.
Love that, man.
So what did you go again for?
Business administration.
And what you say you want to do with that?
Human resources.
But,
So
but in the,
hold on, because I'm going with this. I'm going with this.
He rolling, let him go.
Probably right. I gotta let him go. He'll go often. I gotta let him go.
So this how I basically look at it. You use everyday life into your education.
Facts.
And what I mean by that is you learned how to solve your own problems and, show where you can go and benefit from it by doing certain things. So now by you getting educated on that, it just made it all easier. Because I always say this, it's like everybody got a passion at something. And that passion you can turn into a business. If you believe in yourself, you can turn it into a business. So that his life journey got him the education he got, and it's gonna be beneficial.
Get paid for it.
No doubt.
Man, they loving you right on here too,
I see
man.
him, though.
They
Appreciate
loving you.
the-
They loving you,
I'm gonna
baby.
tell y'all the reason why I got into human resources is because I did a little bit of research, and to me it's like the easiest field to climb the ladder. Like don't nobody want to be an employee forever. Eventually you want to be the manager, you want to be the boss, you want to be a CEO. And human resources is all about how much are you willing to learn on your own. And I don't really need nobody teaching me because they only going to teach me what they want me to know, or they going to teach me so much. So I realized that if I go get the certifications to improve my education, then I can get paid more. I can start off hiring people, and then I can start off solving employee disputes, and then I can do compliance, and then I could apply to be a director, and I could take that with me to Google, Gatorade, Amazon, Procter & Gamble, any Fortune 500 company
As you should be.
that I want to do. So I basically picked human resources because it was easier for me to climb. I want to be a CEO one day.
We gotta stop you right here.
Hey, listen.
Agree with his mama just
Listen,
said.
I just want you to know, man, your mama crying right now,
You
man.
gonna make me cry, man.
That's right.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man.
When my mama tell me that she proud of me like that, man, that shit bring me.
When-
I'm
Listen,
on
It's all right.
when my mom put
Trying
on
to find it
Facebook,
myself, so I
my
can
mom
read
put on Facebook one time, man. She said, "I don't have to no longer worry about getting a phone call in the middle of the night about my baby no more."
I feel good, don't it? Though?
I
My
couldn't
mama
ask
told
for
me
a
when I
bigger
got locked up.
compliment.
She told me when I got locked up. At first, I didn't understand it, and I'm like, "What you mean by that?" I ain't said it to her, but I'm saying, "What she mean by that?" I'm locked up, and then I sat back and thought about it. I had my mom sit there worried every night.
Sick.
Every night, the phone rings, she jumping. Wonder if I'm shot, dead, or in jail.
Right.
In the streets, that's where it's going.
Yeah, it's only
Facts.
That's where it's going.
Only
man.
outcomes.
And there was so many times I used to get kicked out the house for just not listening.
And
She
I
tried
hear-
to
I would
tell
hear
me
all those
everything.
stories.
Yeah, he
Hey,
was
hey,
there.
she told me. She told me she was telling me about it, right? She
This
was
ain't-
telling me about it. I'm like, okay,
Right.
all right.
This ain't just for mom, though. I love you, I appreciate you, but this for everybody who couch I had to sleep on,
Right.
not listening. Auntie, uncle, neighbors. This for everybody. Like, I'm coming back, and we gonna all do it. Anybody who want an opportunity to change their life, we here for you at Urban, man.
It takes a village.
Right.
We here
Hey,
for
listen.
It takes a village.
So first of all, let me just say, thank you, Chanel.
Yes.
Thank you, Chanel, for introducing me to this young man, for real. And so if I have my way, and he already said he openly willing, this is gonna be the face of my mentoring program. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the face of we had to sit down. I told him, I still got my ear to the streets, but you can age out the streets, right? And become irrelevant to the little homies.
Right.
you know, and we try to hold a lot of dudes try to hold on to their past glory about the streets, right? Instead of letting it go and reinventing themselves or doing something other than, right? I'm pouring it in him.
Right.
And his mom kept telling me, like, he is who you need, Shimmy.
Right.
He is who you need. I'm like, okay, all right. I hear you, right? She like, I'm telling you. And when I talk to him, I'm like, he who I need.
Right.
He who I need. And what I tell you, I say, when I walked in my mentor's door and I told him what I wanted to do, he say, I've been waiting on you. What I tell you?
You say, I've been waiting on you. Right. I mean, same thing. Right.
Like, I'm excited about the possibilities of him. I'm excited to be in his presence. He's like, yeah, I can't wait. You know, I want you to teach me da-da-da. I said, man, you're going to teach me more than I teach you.
Right. Right on.
You're going to teach me more than I teach you, man.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? But I really won't, man, like, again, I can't say this enough, man. Sit your kids down, and it don't matter whether it's a young lady or a young man. And we're gonna be having young ladies on here too, FYI. But it don't matter whether it's a young lady or a young man. Sit them down and let them listen to him, man. Let him listen to it. You can't tell me you can't turn it around. I know I did. I know he did. But we might be too old for him to understand that.
That's right. Yeah.
Just stay peer.
Right.
Stay peer. That man got up and didn't know nobody. Picked a spot on the map.
That's what it
He
takes.
picked a spot on the map and said, I'm going there, man.
Went to Texas.
And did his thing, man.
That's what it take, man. The streets don't love you. Like, you can hear that a million times, but the streets don't love you at all. They don't love you like mama love you, and they ain't gonna love you like daddy love you, and who everybody else that's rooting for you. Right. So, and forget the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that you could possibly get in the streets, not being racist or nothing, but these white people, they got it without being in the streets, and you could learn from them instead of hating so much, like, about certain stuff. Like, you know, like, Asians, Puerto Ricans, all countries, everybody not in the streets. Some people is, but take what you want to take, man. Get out the streets, get educated, and find you something that you could do. Like I said, you don't got to go to school to make it to the league. You could.
I like that.
You don't, man. If you handy with your
How you feel
hands.
about trades?
I mean, I'm not against them. Me, I'd rather use my brain because that's what I always was taught to do, like academically, but I'd rather have a trade because you automatically an entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because I said that because the field I'm in, I flip houses.
Entrepreneur.
And it's hard for me to find people that like want to do the work in the houses.
Right.
And that's why I mentioned it to you because, you know, I said to some young people, they might not accept it. But come from you, they might accept it.
Yeah.
Because I read an article and it said they had a guy that went to college for 4 years. When he finished, he was in student loan debt up to $150,000 And then they showed a guy that went to trade school. When he finished in 6 months, 18 months, he was making $150,000 a year.
Yeah, and it's also about what you teach yourself. Like, if I would have taught myself how to cut hair, I probably would have been graduated school. Because my issue was money. When I got to school, I couldn't make money while I was in school. But it was people who was cutting hair, and they was good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's also about what you teach yourself. Like, we can't blame nobody else for what we don't know as well. And once I realized that about myself, I try to learn everything. Like, I try to read every book. I try to stop talking less and start listening to people who was doing better than me.
Right.
So, like, if you ask me something now, I ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna refer you to somebody who knows more about it than me. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So I hate that we got started late, man, because we can sit here and vibe like, you know.
We can always do a part two.
We definitely gonna do a part two.
I was supposed to left at 4:30.
Right, he was gonna go at 4:30.
He was talking a lot of trash about leaving too early.
Right, he popped that pop, right? Yeah.
5 o'clock now.
So we definitely gonna have a part two. We definitely gonna have a part two. Like I say, like I already got plans for him.
Right, so you graduate in December?
Yep, this December.
Okay.
So tell us, and then so we're gonna start with you, and then we're gonna hit everybody on the way out of here. right?
Man, I
So
ain't got
tell
no
us,
shit after this, man.
tell us what you got coming up, man. Tell us what you planning, man. What you trying to accomplish this year.
I mean, I'm selfish this year. I'm gonna keep it real with everybody. Like this year's about, it's about me. You know, just about my polish. I've been working out. I want to get my hygiene together. I just want to get my hair together. The best shape of my life is about transforming. I felt like last year was about acquiring things like a home and a car, but this year is also about just self-care and a polish. Like I ain't trying to have no kids. I'm not trying to have no plants, no dogs, no I ain't trying to have nothing I gotta take care of. I'm trying to hit the ground running and focus on me. Like I gotta get it
You mentioned
done.
about working out.
I got a trainer. I got a physical trainer. This guy, his name Jordan. He a teacher and a football coach. I met him at Pope getting a smoothie, and he been the greatest influence on me that I had so far. He texts me every day, and we get in the gym and work.
There you go.
Because I was about to say, I got you. If you ain't
I'm with you.
You can listen.
He told me that too.
You got my basement. You got his gym.
Right.
Man, you listen. You can work
Everybody
out
can work.
all day to your heart desire as long as you want to. Man.
This June I ain't walking around with beaters and tank tops. It's their fault.
Right. Okay, so B, what's up, man? Talk to us, man. What you got coming up, man? I know you got it. You got it.
The big thing I'm gonna say, man, I like something he said about being selfish. A lot of times people think that's a negative thing, right? But I always kind of use the line of being responsibly selfish. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to take care of yourself. And what good are you to anybody else if you're not your 100%? You know what I mean? But to switch back, what I got going on, 2023 gonna be a bright year, I think, man, for not only me, but I think everyone that I've encountered, because it seems like all of us have been putting in this grind for the last 2 to 3 years. You know, anybody that I've been around, they've been in their own lane, grinding at their craft and at their trade. You see what's happening with your podcast. You see what's happening with your nonprofit. I see what's happening with your homes, your workout team. Like I just see it all manifesting right in front of me. It just seems like everybody that I'm connected to, everybody's starting to see the fruits of their labor a little bit. So when I say it's going to be a bright 2023, not just for myself, but for everyone that I'm encountering that I haven't encountered over time. But man, I got a nonprofit coming here real soon. Okay. It's called Evolve. Okay. It lines up very well with my man Marquees was just talking about. You know, you have to, what you seen he did, he evolved his mentality. You know what I mean? And evolving his mentality took him to expose himself to something different. Yeah. So we also want to evolve communities. We want to evolve families. That's one piece. I'm tapping into like the 3D printing world. We had a printer come a few weeks back. It can actually build houses, man. So we bought a 3D printer that can build concrete homes. But the crazy part is, you know, we talk about exposure. When we jumped into it, man, we start finding out how it can be applied to so many other industries and not just housing. So it's a lot coming out of that. And then on the entertainment side, man, me and my wife, we started something called the Brothers Brew Tours. So we take people out to all the different breweries throughout our area and we just have a good time, man. So about 4 or 5 hours of fun.
I'll be there.
Yeah, come with us. I got you. We got one coming in February. The next one will be in February, man. So
I'll be there.
You know, so it's a good time. It's a lot of fun, man.
That sounds like something different. I definitely
Yeah.
So I'll pass it down your way.
What you got, Double?
Oh, man. So let me just say this before I even start about me. And this young brother right here inspired me to...
Impressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
To quit playing games.
Mm-hmm. Go harder.
You know, I always said that I was going to be more selfish myself. You know, it's more about me now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, man, this got me thinking.
Nah,
that's a good thing.
And
but the thing about it is this. My whole focus and goals this year is to expand my personal training and expand my my real estate company. Last year, me and my partner, we started doing giveaways. So we did candy giveaway for Halloween, turkey giveaways for Thanksgiving, and toys giveaway for Christmas. So that's definitely something we're going to get into and keep on doing. But we also going to be doing, like, I want to do book bags and gym shoes. You know what I'm saying? So
that's good.
That's going to be something that we going to be getting involved in. It's going to be right there at College Grove Plaza. We're going to be giving away book bags and gym shoes.
Whose plaza is that?
That's ours. That's
Well, say that then.
There you go. That's your
Say
plaza.
that then.
My guy, Trey.
Say it with your chest out.
Where's it located?
Southern Boulevard, 3600 Southern Boulevard.
Right on.
You You know, we're gonna have a little candy store there once
They
we
said
open.
Darnell talking today.
We're gonna have a little candy store.
He been inspired. He been inspired by the young man right here.
Right.
You got him talking?
Yeah.
We've been trying to do this for a year and a half to get him talking.
I ain't
tell you that too. You got him going.
You probably gonna be. He probably ain't gonna talk that much.
He tried not to talk.
If you go back and look at every podcast, I'm good for 1 or 2 questions.
And then he done.
That's it.
I appreciate it.
That's it.
So what else you got? That's it. That's it.
I mean, that's enough right now.
I mean, that's a lot.
But we gonna have that building up and running at least by March.
Okay.
We're gonna try to bring a lot of little small businesses in there.
Spring.
And the thing about it, how we want to do it is I prefer to have rented out to somebody and let them put their own business there. But if I had to do it myself, if we have to do it ourselves, the way we plan on doing it, if we do it ourselves, we're gonna put a hair salon, barbershop, nail salon, things like that. But I would be going to schools and get them to come there and work. And build themselves up, build their clientele up, be like more of a management role. And then when they time to branch out, I help them find a building, we'll fix it up for them, and they can go on about on their own. And
That's a good model.
It keep going, it keep cycling itself. It keep rotating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love that. So with me, I came home with a selfish mentality, right? And I said I was not going to do anything that I didn't want to do for anybody that I didn't want to do it for at least 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be able to experience everything that I wanted to experience without having to feel like I was responsible to anybody else.
Yeah.
Right? And so for me, I humbly say I've accomplished so much in this 3.5 years that I feel like I'm ready to move into a different space. And so even though in the community it looks like I do a lot, I plan on doing even more. And so the 2023 for me, man, after my back surgery, please pray for me. I'm having major back surgery on March 1st. But after my back surgery and I heal up, man, I'm hitting the ground running again. And with young brothers like this, like I just see so much that I can get accomplished. We can get accomplished. So our mentoring program, we expanding to 40 kids this year. We having our first orientation in February. I'm excited about that. We collaborating with Serve. I'm excited about that. We're going to be taking young men and women to HBCUs to get them the experience. And I'm not, so I fought with Serve because they wanted, their thing is we want to take the kids that earn it, right? Yeah. And I get that, right? I get that, absolutely get that. But you also need to kick the other kids. Right. You also need to take the kids that's marginalized who may never see that, right? And never be inspired by that.
That's right.
Because when I moved to Baltimore, and I went to, and we lived in a good neighborhood, great neighborhood. But when my uncle took me to see some of our family in Prince George County, it changed me, man.
Everything.
It changed me. I said, man, black folks live like this?
For sure.
Like, for real?
Yeah.
This is only some Huxtable TV type stuff. Like
That's one of Richard County in the United States.
I'm like, black folks live like this, and it did something to me, man. You only know the value of something when you got something to compare it to, right? In the hood, if I ain't never seen nothing outside of my hood, why would I think that I could aspire to anything other than hood stuff?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm so proud that this year we're gonna be able to take some of our kids, the ones that's, what they like to say, too far gone on these trips, man. I'm looking forward to that. We expanding our basketball league. Everybody know I got the Respect Basketball League. That starts in starts in July, but we're expanding it to the kids, to 11 to 17-year-olds.
There you go.
But instead of doing basketball, because we didn't get all the money that we wanted, instead of doing basketball, again, we're giving them all memberships to the Y. On top of taking them also on trips to colleges or different places so they can be exposed to different things. Right. I'm so big on that, man. I met a little brother, man, when I was incarcerated. He was 19 years old, and I'm having a conversation with him, and I always say that. He say, big homie, I know for a fact I done made over $100,000, but I ain't never seen outside my hood.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's
man.
crazy. It's crazy to even imagine a fathom, man.
To even imagine that,
Yeah.
that's sad, man. So how can we expect him to think or aspire to something greater than his hood
Yeah.
if that's all he see? Everything on TV is imaginary.
Fake. It's impossible.
So I'm excited about that. I'm so excited about that, man. As everybody know by now, I do my barbers and barbecue. That's gonna be this spring. I do the back to school barbecue. That's gonna be
gotta
this
talk
fall.
about that.
Okay, and then and my Christmas
You can do
event.
that. You ain't got no place, you can do it at the building.
Okay, and then and I want y'all to please, this last thing, man, it's super important. So I work for an organization called Building Freedom Ohio, and I know y'all have heard me talk about this before. Y'all have seen this stuff on my page. Building Freedom Ohio is a nonprofit organization, nonprofit political organization with the sole purpose. It was created solely for people with felonies, people who have been impacted by the criminal justice system, who have come home, or even if you haven't been in prison, who find it hard to actually live a successful, thriving life because you got a felony. You can't get a job, you can't get a house, you can't get insurance. Whatever it is that you find yourself faced because of this felony, our whole goal in the state of Ohio is to repeal or get abolished a lot of these collateral sanctions which affects us on a day-to-day basis. A collateral sanction is something that you are continuously punished with even after you served your time, did your probation, met your parole, whatever it is that keeps you from living a full life. That's our sole purpose of this. Locally, we about to look at why we about to look at what they're doing with this $80 million, right? Why a lot of these organizations who are trying to do good in the neighborhood, in the community, can't get funding. It might be a legitimate reason why. It might not be one, but we're going to ask the questions. So this Saturday, actually, on January 28th, over at the Eugene Atkins Center from 1 to 3, we having a community conversation, man. Yeah. It's free to everybody. We're going to have refreshments. You come with your questions, and we're going to figure out who we need to go talk to about getting the answers, because you can't have all this money and all we seeing is roads being done.
Right.
Where is the money at for these organizations that's really trying to do the work in the neighborhoods to make the neighborhoods better?
Is there anybody coming out to be able to answer some of the questions that the audience has?
So the goal is this. It's 2 phases.
Right.
The first phase is us. And I purposely, even if they get this and they show up, cool, but I purposely didn't invite city council because I want us to figure out what it is. We want to ask first.
Figure out the questions.
To figure out the questions. And then the next one is inviting city council so that they can answer these questions.
Right.
And if they don't show up, we're going to show up at their door.
That's right.
When they had them city council meetings, we're going to show up at their door and we're going to politely ask our questions then. Yeah. Right? So it's a phase to it. But anybody who's interested, man, it's $80 million. We need to know where that money at. We need to know. I got a brother who works with me. He gave me some research that he did about the money and who been getting the money. And I don't see a lot of the in the hood, on the ground organizations getting none of it. I don't see that, right? So we need to know. That's just we need to know why that is. What's the criteria for getting it? Right? They say they had these town hall meetings. I haven't met nobody who's been to one yet. Yeah. So what is it? 2 people that y'all know that's at the town hall meeting, and then y'all take it back and say, okay, I had my meeting, and this is what they want? Yeah, no, we ain't about to do that no more, right? So anybody who want to come down Saturday from 1 to 3 at the Eugene Atkins Center, feel free, have your questions ready. We're going to get it together, and then we're gonna take the ball moving. I'm excited about that. I tell people all the time, man, it's easy to fight for the little homies. It's easy to fight for the kids. Everybody know I love the kids. It's easy to fight for them because they can't fight for themselves, right? It's hard to fight for grown folks, man. It's hard to fight for grown men and women because I came from an era, I grew up where, hey, we got your back, but you won't throw the first punch. Yeah. You're going to have some skin in this fight, right? Yeah. But we ain't going to let you get stomped out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even if you take an L, you're going to be okay. We got your back. Now it's grown people that want somebody else to fight for you. I struggle with that. They get on me all the time about that. And then my mentor told me, say, you got to remember that people used to get kicked in their butt. That's what they know. That's what they're comfortable with. I ain't comfortable with that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super excited about that, man. That's what we got in the immediate future and some more things coming down the line. But with that being said, look, I didn't think this was going to go.
It's a way to kick it off.
This is a hell of a way to kick it off.
First episode.
And this happened, in the 24th hour. Like, I just was talking to him down at the center an hour ago. I'm like, oh, yeah, we got the
It's organic, man.
Again, shout out to Chanel. I appreciate you bringing this little brother to me. We definitely about to take the ball and Tony. I was about to say we basically about to take the ball and Roger Craig it. You heard me?
There you go. The Niners, baby.
Yeah, the Niners, baby. We definitely about to take the ball and Roger Craig it, man, and score some touchdowns, man. So y'all be on the look.
Hold up.
Yeah, 49ers, baby.
What's
I
going
know
on?
what it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So y'all pay attention, man. Support us in any way y'all can. At the end of the day, it's about the community. It's about our kids, our young people, and I really feel excited about going into 2023.
Yeah, that's right on.
Question.
Respect.
With that being said, say it again.
Respect.
He about to give the BS, so I ain't even about to do that to y'all. I ain't even about to do that to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in with us. In 2 weeks, we're gonna have the young sister Tiaja Sims on.
That's my girl.
She don't even know yet,
Yeah.
but she know now.
Now it's out
You know
there.
what I'm saying? We're gonna have the young sister Tiaja Sims on, man, and we're gonna vibe with her, and hopefully she go. Well, I ain't gonna say hopefully because I didn't vibe with her before. She gonna drop some
She'll
stuff
take it
too.
there.
She gonna take it there.
No, she's going to.
Yes.
She going
Just
to.
like how he
Right,
just did.
no doubt.
That's how she go.
She's going to pick it up and do the same thing.
So.
The young girl's brilliant.
She brilliant, absolutely.
Young girl's brilliant.
Absolutely. So, man, with that being said, man, y'all have
Young
a great
lady,
week.
excuse me.
Y'all have a great week, man. And ain't nothing but love and what be?
Respect.
Peace.
My client called me talking about